I've started driving to work in the mornings now, and I noticed one thing about people who drive their cars to work in the morning. They're all very angry people in the mornings. Now I know it's tough. We all have to go to work and all that type of shit, you know, and earn money and whatever. But I was driving to work this morning, and I saw a guy there in front of me, and he was giving it socks. He was like, "Hey, get out of the way! You know, fucking cyclists! You shouldn't have cyclists on the streets of Dublin at all." And then, you know, I felt really bad because then the next guy he pulled up, it was one of these gypsies on the side of the road, you know? You know these guys, they got like 3 words, you know? It starts with please, please, please. And then it goes into change, and then it goes into cigarette, you know? They're hoping for something, But I was thinking that, like, you know, because to counteract, like, the angry man in his car and the gypsy who's obviously trying to get some change out of you, maybe if the gypsies dressed up as clowns in the morning, we might have some, you know, happy people, and it's, you know, benefiting both worlds, really, you know? So you could see the scenario, and he pulls up the car, pulls up, and, you know, he's there, he's going, you go, please, change, cigarette, you know, might get some, you know, happy people going to work in the mornings. But also, I've been feeling like I'm feeling something empty in my life, and I went recently there to talk to my consigliere, otherwise known as my mother, and I went up to her and said, "Mom, do you know, Mom, I feel like I'm lacking something in my life, you know?" And she goes, "I'll tell you what you're lacking. You're lacking Jesus is what you're lacking. All you people nowadays, all you're concerned about is you're drinking, you're smoking, and you forgot about God. God is out there. He's all around you. You just have to talk to him." So I was like, "Mom, what you mean? What you mean?" She said, It's like the Jews have the Wailing Wall, the Muslims have Mecca, and you have Dundrum on a Sunday. That's all you care about now." But so, you know, I was saying, "Okay, Mom, right, okay, I'll go to mass, you know, just to keep her happy, you know, because sometimes, you know, it's the best way just to listen to your ma, go along with it, you know, even though she means the best for you and everything." And I was at mass there recently, and I came back to the day. I brought me back to the days when I wanted to be when I was an altar boy, you know, and I really thought I had a calling for God, you know what I mean? I thought I was going to be very holy, and you know, I was going to be a priest one day, and. But then around the age of 13, I discovered these things called girls, and you know, changed my world, man, changed my world. But and I remember thinking, like, there must be something wrong with me, and I grew up in a house full of women, and the problem was, you know, I didn't have anyone there to, you know, spell out the facts of life to me, you know what I mean? So I went up to talk to the local priest at the time, Father Mambato from Kinshasa, and. Now, Father Mambato, he was very Old Testament priest, you know, and when I went up to him, I said, "Father, I've been having thoughts about girls. I don't know what's going on. I don't know." So he goes, "Jesus said to me, Atu. Jesus said to me, I said to you, Atu." I was like, "Okay, Father, okay." He goes, "The devil, he play with your mind, Atu. He play with your mind." I was like, "Oh, really sorry, Father, really sorry." He goes, "For a minute, Father, off you go." So it got worse though, being an altar, because then they decided to let in altar girls as well, you know, and that was really tough, you know, and when you had the top billing at 12 o'clock on a Sunday, you know what I mean, and they've got to introduce an altar girls, you know, and you're there ringing the bell, you know, ding, 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 oh yeah. And of course you look back up at the altar there before the mountain. "I see you, altar! I see what you're looking at!" So I realised I had to get out of that scene altogether. But speaking of women, I was out there a couple of weeks ago with my good friend Greg, and we were trying to do our pulling thing in Dublin, and the problem is we're really bad at it. And we were at a bar there, and this gorgeous girl was walking down the way, and she came up and she was walking, she goes, hi, and the first thing I said is, "Nice ass." And she was just like going, "What?" And I said, "Nothing." So I started up on the dance floor, and I decided that you know, I was going to have to go up and do the maiden dance, you know, everyone has to do the maiden dance on a Saturday night in Dublin and stuff, you know. So I was, all this and stuff, and it wasn't getting me very far, but because the older you get bad back and stuff, you know what I mean? It's tough. But anyway, but eventually I got a kiss out of her, and she was lucky enough to get her number and stuff. And the worst thing about it is, of course, is that if you really like a girl, lads, don't text her the next day, because the desperation is coming out of that text the next day. Hey, how's it going? Just sitting on the couch, watching TV. What you doing? She gets this text, she's going, I'm never talking to this guy again. So you decide maybe a couple of days later, I'm going to drop her another text. Hey, I don't know where you got that text. Of the text I sent already. And of course now she's thinking, God, this guy just leave me alone. So then, you're out on a Saturday night, and of course you haven't pulled, and you're out of taxi ranks 4 o'clock in the morning. You said, you know what? I'm gonna ring her. She's playing hard to get with me, that's what's going on here. So you ring her up and go, hey, how's it going? And I'm the guy from last week, remember the dancing and stuff? Call me. And of course, you get nothing back, and you decide, now there's only one thing you can do, and that's to jump in your car the next day and drive up to the house where the taxi boat dropped you off. And of course, you're knocking on the door, no one's answering at all. And then, you're peering down through the letterbox going, are you in there? Is that you behind the couch? Is that you? And then, of course, you decide to start singing that song that you had that first kiss to. And you go, I can't take my eyes off you. And of course, what you think is sweet, to her, is like a Hitchcock movie. I can't take my eyes off you. But obviously then, when the guards lead you away, she doesn't like you anymore. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I'll give it a quick sound. Thanks very much. Cheers.